I am Savvy Mike, and this is Savvy Reviews. And well, we got some peak to talk about because Invincible is back and they're peaking. I'm not gonna lie, that first episode was indeed fire, but those last two episodes I watched, episode 2 and 3, peak, fucking peak. Now, if you don't know, Invincible is on this 4th season. I think it is going to be a season after this. We shall see. But they're gearing up to have the old Viltrumite War. That's a famous arc and storyline from the graphic novel. And, you know, everybody's starting to come into play. Threat, conquest, everything is starting to happen. You got Omni-Man out here working with the coalition of planets to stop these Viltrumites and to give them what they fucking deserve, which is absolute everything that they deserve. Because yeah, in the second episode they try to make you feel bad about the Viltrumites. They do. They're like, oh, they had a whole plague and billions of them died, and so after that they said we must be worse than we were before, and we were pretty shitty then, but now let's be even terrible since it's some finite amount of us. Makes no sense, but hey, you know, I guess when you have that much power, you could do whatever the fuck you want to do. But either way, the first episode starts off, we're back with Mark after, you know, he had to do all that he had to do with Conquest and thinking he killed them, but he really didn't. In a sense, I believe Cecil saved him. And I guess he let him go again because we see Conquest pull up on Thrag, and Thrag is like, no, I'm not gonna kill you. No, that would be too easy. You're gonna help me by still being the demon that you are. Because yeah, why kill Conquest? You know, when you could use him. Yeah, he failed, but hey, he almost succeeded. It's just he went up against Viltrumite, half Viltrum, half human, that kicked his ass. Let's be honest. Pretty invincible. No title card, just me saying it. Either way, so Mark is dealing with that, and then the Sequits for some reason pop back up. And one thing, that's why I only gave this first episode fire, because I am tired of the recycled, you know, villains that keep popping up. Like, it's the same problem. It's the Sequits or this other alien race that we had dealt with, but now they're back. I believe they come back in either the 3rd or the 2nd episode. No, in the 3rd. They come back in the 3rd episode, and that's how Robot and Monster Girl get trapped. Yeah. It's like it's kind of rinse and repeat the same villains coming back around, and it's just like, was there not any new villains that could have popped up that, you know, could have made it bit more interesting? Like, we've seen them defeat the same villain a few times. How many times can the Sequits take over? Like, somehow, some way, one of them survives and millions of them are back. Like, how many times can we do that? Hell, where are the twins? I forgot what happened to them. Might need to go recap on season 3. But yeah, where are them? Like, at least they were interesting. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like, they do have this other villain that kind of gets introduced, but she gets taken care of pretty quickly. She just wants the electricity. They figure that out. And in this, we find out that Adam Eve her powers aren't really working how they used to. And then in the 3rd episode, we really find out what the reason is. We're just thinking, oh no, you know, maybe she's losing her powers. Maybe she won't be Adam Eve anymore. No. There's a mini Invincible in her. She's pregnant. Yeah, this is full spoilers, by the way. Full spoilers. I like where the story's going. I like how it started. I like where we're at, if I could be completely honest with you. Like I said, my only real problem is the rinse and repeat of the same villains over and over again, and the same problems. But those villains coming back are creating new problems for our heroes, and Mark is becoming way more sadistic. I think that just comes after fighting a guy like Conquest. I don't know. I think you know, Cecil and them should give Mark some leeway. I think Mark should even give himself some leeway. I mean, you literally had to go full barrage. Like, you had to go to a deep, dark place to even attempt to kill a nigga like Conquest. We feel you, bro. Look, if you off a couple villains because, you know, you're just still in that mode, we get it. Just don't go full Conquest, okay? At the end of the day, we should give Mark some leeway, like, because a little pussyfoot ass Invincible would not have been able to defeat Conquest. So the person that he has become is kind of necessary, especially dealing with the world that he's fucking in. Look, I'm sorry. If I was living in an Invincible's world, I would want him to kill every villain that popped up, every alien, every fucker that think they about to be on some world domination bullshit because it happened every other fucking day. It happens every other day in this world. Yeah, Mark, kill them all. like, look, just don't fuck with us. Look, just know you're protecting us, and you're not our tyrant. You're not dominating us. You're not a dictator, but hell, if the fucker that keep trying to tear up the fucking world, tearing up a city every 2 goddamn minutes, it's something happening. You got an alien invasion over here, and you got a dragon destroying shit over here. I mean, it is an argument that the best way to get rid of all that is to probably really eliminate. Am I fucked up? I mean, look, you either die the hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And I think that's what we're getting in this story here, in this arc here with Mark in this season. I'm loving how it's playing out so far. To talk about the second episode, because I just talked about really the first episode and the third episode, but talk about the second episode, that was basically an Omni-Man episode, an Omni-Man prequel / what he has going on with Alan and them trying to go get the weapons that are capable of destroying Viltrumites, and kind of like learning about the asshole ways and bullshit that he did to destroy all of these planets. Like, to get rid of this one planet, he just moved it closer to the sun, so it just dried up, and the life form on that planet, it went extinct with it. Literally moves a disc in front of a sun, and in that he freezes the threat to the Viltrumites, but the 3 other planets with civilizations on them that were small and growing, that were no threat to Viltrumites, they end up getting fucked too, because Viltrumites just gotta have their ways, I guess. It's kind of crazy. Like, that second episode was a emotional roller coaster that I was not expecting to go on. Like, it had me feeling bad for Viltrumites, and then it had me feeling like, no, fuck these guys. These guys are no. And Omni-Man honestly going through what you're going through. Like, yeah, we're wrong, but those are my people, and look, there's good things that we do for the universes as well, and whatnot. It's just like, through that you do see the balance of it all, I guess, and it does, in a sense, kind of make you feel a bit upset for the Viltrumites, but then you quickly think about the dictator, sadistic ways of taking over worlds and destroying everything in their path that they have, and then you take all that back. You're like, no, these guys are a problem and they need to be dealt with. Either way, like I said, holy peak. I'm really, if you can't tell, how I could yap about it, but everything that happened in the first 3 episodes, I really enjoyed. Like I said, the rinse and repeat of villains is kind of getting on my nerves, but it seems like about to move past that in a sense and get some new arcs, some new stories to be told with these characters, and with Thrag and Conquest pulling up, and Omni-Man pulling up to talk to Mark and try and get him to join this coalition of planets and what they're trying to do. And then what you found out about the betrayer and him being the one to try to make his own people go extinct, and Omni-Man and that scene that he had with the betrayer. Some really peak shit in here, I'm not gonna lie. I was really enjoying every minute of it. Honestly, the episode would end and I was like, where is the next one? Look, I love Invincible. Invincible is a really good show. So I'm glad that we're picking it back up. The first season, peak. The first half of the second season, peak. The second half, mid. I don't know what the fuck happened. Third season, fire. We got back to where we need to go, and by the end of that, it was peak. And now we're back to peak Invincible. I'm digging it. I love it. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, Savvy Mike, and this Savvy Reviews. Peace.